We OG, we OG. Oh no, G. You're not bullish enough. Yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo. Yeah. Experts on reload. Yeah. You're not bullish enough. Yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock. Ayy. Runes is coming. Everybody on a knot. Ayy. It's a nuisance. Ordinal Revolution. Ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, is my guy for real, bro?
Run stuff.
Got French right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, lock it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nookies on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me. Bitcoin's alive, what you gon' do? Mempool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it start? Nobody knows. It's a revolution, ayy. Bitcoin is the one, no substitution, ayy. With Shizzy and Yagobi, it's Ordinal Revolution.
Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystem. What is up, guys? We have an amazing show for you guys today. We're live from the Ordinal Hour, and it's a Friday, guys. It's going to be exciting. We got so much going on. I took a couple phone calls this morning. I got you guys some exciting CAT20 alpha. Insane. But it's really cool that people hit me up like, yo, this is what's going on. So I'm excited for this, dude. I can't wait to share that with you guys. But that'll be a little bit later, so hang out with us. I promise it'll be worth it. But we do have some U.S. economic data to go through. The U.S. dollar index is flying up. El Salvador is building capital markets on Bitcoin. Guys, we have some amazing stuff. And we got some alpha with Oviato. We got some stuff. We got an update from RAF with the new release of Ord.20.1. We'll get into that. And obviously today's Fluid Friday. We might have a guest later as well. We'll let you guys know if that happens. It might happen. It might not, but we will see. But without further ado, let me bring in my partner here, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What's going on?
What's up, man? Happy Friday. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling pretty good. Some things on the charts look like we've gotten through some of the muck. But, it still seems like Bitcoin wants to play Pong, right? Even though some of these indicators are showing maybe we're out of the mud, but still we bounced up to 62 and then now we're kind of bouncing in between. So price-wise for Bitcoin, I think we're just going to have to get through this first week and a half. So my sentiment kind of is based on how Bitcoin is, right? So yeah. Bitcoin gives me kind of like a way to set my mood, and then I try to turn that around myself. But I'm okay. I'm feeling good. The builders are really what are making me still stay bullish.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are just, updates every single day from different builders and stuff like that. It's pretty amazing. And to see that no one's really cares about price right now. Everyone's just like, if it comes, it comes. It doesn't. But that's the thing. It's like, this is the time to be building. This is the time to be, it's stress-free right now. You're not worried about your price of your coin. You're not worried about beating anyone to the punch. You're just naturally just, building innovation. And it's pretty amazing. But let's kind of get into the U.S. economy stuff really quickly. The U.S. economy added far more jobs than expected in September, pointing to a vital employment picture as the unemployment rate edged lower. U.S. jobs surge in September. Unemployment drops to 4.1, below expectations of 4.2. So it's just a little under expectations. But, the economy's doing good. The U.S. economy is doing pretty amazing. What's your take on all this?
Well, I mean, it's funny. There's different metrics that make people say the economy is doing great, and then there's other metrics
Yeah.
that say the economy is doing crappy, right? And so I think that's why there's a lot of mixed messaging. This is a good data point that came out today, right?
Yeah.
We did better than expected, and so that what that can do sometimes is lift the dollar up, and Bitcoin typically is an opposite. Does what the opposite of what the dollar does, right? And so I think that's why some of this pullback happened this morning. But yeah, I think that we're gonna get rate cuts no matter what for consecutive months. Probably just won't get another big one.
Yeah, and I don't think, we need another big one. The big ones cause people to think that something's wrong, right? So little ones are just a nice way of, cutting rates. And I think we get, 0.25 in November, 0.25 in December, and another one in January. And that'll get us down to into the low threes. And I think that is a really good place to be. So what we'll see, or mid threes. But yeah, but none of that really matters because I think what really matters is what happens November 5th, right? So I mean, I think we're already kind of past the economic data point, and everything's good now. It's time for Bitcoin to get on its horse and ride. But the US dollar did move up because of this, so that the dollar is looking strong, man. It hit like 102 the DXY, so definitely up from 100 yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah. The dollar kind of DXY kind of just it's been all over the place. That's been like one of the most volatile things, right? Is like
Yeah,
the Dixie, right? And so we're gonna really see how long this rides and how strong like the perception really is of the economy because, like I said, we're in a kind of time frame of where last
yeah,
week we say the economy is horrible. This week we say the economy is good. And I agree with you. I think really November 5th is that date that we'll
yeah.
stop speculating so much and just kind of be like, okay, let's get back to life.
Exactly, 100%, 100%. But one thing about the DXY is important. Bitcoin has never really taken off unless the DXY is under 100. Every bull market, the DXY is 98, 97, 96. It's never above. So that could be an indication when we hit as well, when you see the DXY start dropping a little bit. So, but we'll keep this moving. El Salvador is building a new capital markets on Bitcoin. They're building bonds. They're building, a stock market, and it's all going to take place on Bitcoin. The IMF is pissed. They said International Monetary Fund urges El Salvador to limit the scope of Bitcoin law. This is amazing. I love that the IMF is flipping out right now because we're getting something special. A country is doing something that everyone is staring at, paying attention to, and saying, if this works even a little bit, maybe we'll jump in. And that's Venezuela. That's all these other country in Dubai, right? So, and everything that's going on over there. So, but
Yeah.
interesting.
Well, yeah, and usually when the IMF is in news headlines, it's usually to bail out countries. Like if you remember, I think maybe like 6 years ago plus, whenever Greece needed to get bailed out, the IMF came to their rescue, and it's kind
Yeah,
of like oh, we'll help you out, and they get their name in the news headlines of we're the institution or the organization that helps countries that are crashing rebound. In this case, they're in the news because they're afraid of like El Salvador kind of creating this blueprint that will
yeah,
allow other countries to have more stability. And I think that
exactly.
this is a huge good thing for us Bitcoiners and people in our space to see that they're more panicking here than they are to like boast and say, hey, we're going to bail out El Salvador. No, that's not the case. They don't need to be bailed out.
They got Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going to bail them out. Bitcoin's going to save them. El Salvador, dude. I think if the election goes the wrong way, you could see Elon move his entire company to El Salvador because they're just that's where innovation is living right now. It's
Yeah.
pretty amazing. Congratulations if you're El Salvadorian for sure. But
Yeah.
HBO is releasing a documentary about the mystery of the Bitcoin creator Satoshi Nakamoto. If you watch the show, then you know who I think it is. I think it's a mixture of Adam Back, Nick Szabo, and the man, the myth, the legend. Frick, why is his name popping on my head? Oh, Hal Finney. So Hal Finney, Nick Szabo, and Adam Back, I think, are the three people who make up Satoshi. Adam Back wrote the code. Szabo wrote the white paper, and Hal Finney did everything else. That's just my opinion. What do you think? What do you think we're going to get from this? It drops in a couple days.
I don't think it matters because the people that are really invested in it now will make sure that the narrative will be still like it's a mystery forever.
Yeah.
You know, BlackRock, the worst thing that can happen to BlackRock is that Satoshi Nakamoto is someone that's living right now and, you
Yeah.
know, has access those keys to that wallet, right? And so there was a really big kind of conspiracy that there's this one individual named Paul. What's his name? Gosh, Adam McBride posted about it. It's the guy that was in like showed his passport. Paul less something. Anyways, he's from South Africa originally. He's a really good programmer. He's in jail right now. He got arrested in 2012 for trying to import drugs to the U.S. But a lot of people say that like he has like the skill set to actually do this thing, and but it would be like the worst case in like situation if he was or you know Satoshi.
Yeah.
So, but he's in U.S. custody right now. So if he is in fact him, I think he's probably going to stay there. So because they're not going to let him come out.
Polymarket is now,
Paula Rowe. Sorry,
Paula
thanks.
Rowe.
Yeah, thanks, Claudia. Paula Rowe. Yep.
Polymarket is now taking bets on the identity of Bitcoin's mysterious creator just in time for the upcoming documentary. And I can have it here. My 3 people are on the list. They're actually second, third, and fourth. Uh-oh.
Really? It's yeah. You're frozen a little
Paula
bit.
Rowe
But
is not on there.
really, he's not
Damn.
on there at all. Are you sure? Because I could have
Yeah.
sworn I saw him on there.
Here we go. All right, I'm back.
Can you share your screen with that? Yeah, let me see.
So it's so this is the HBO doc identify as Satoshi. So Len Sassaman, who's someone I never even heard of. Hal Finney, Nick Szabo, and I'm back. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then Craig Wright in the 5 spot, but I don't think anyone really thinks it's him. Dory and Nakamoto is just in there, probably be in there. I do not see your boy Paul though. Oh, there he is. Paul the
8%.
8%. Okay. And then others multiple 22%. So yeah, interesting. Very interesting. It's kind of cool. Kind of can't wait to check that out. So we were on a call last night with someone who has ties that knows a lot what's going on in China, and he was kind of telling us that the China stock market is going parabolic this week, and a lot of people are looking at it like a Solana shitcoin market. So the Chinese government just plowed an insane amount of money, $500 billion into the ecosystem over there, and China stocks are going nuts. And he was saying a lot of the Chinese people are taking their money out of Bitcoin and kind of going into stocks. Some exchanges are allowing you to do that right on the exchange. So do you think this is a big deal? And do you think that money will eventually flow back into crypto?
Yeah, I think it would definitely flow back, especially, the Chinese like to gamble. They do. Like, let's be honest. And I think a lot of Asians do in general. But I just stereotype my people because I'm half Asian. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is that like they will, like these big Bitcoin whales, if they do put, their crypto or Bitcoin or whatever, if they sell it down into the Chinese stock market, and what they're going to do is flip and then re-enter before Bitcoin takes off. In my opinion, they'll probably be a part of the reason why they take off. It takes off even more, maybe a little bit earlier. But it's crazy, like being in that call and just like how they were talking about how the government really is stimulating the stock market itself, because I believe he said that the government itself was pouring into these stocks too or something. So it's interesting.
100%. Yeah, man. Let's kind of jump into the next thing. The Bitcoin fear and greed. So let me grab this. So last week was a 61. Do you remember last Friday being a 61? That's crazy. Yesterday being a 37. And what do you think today is?
Let me tell you what I think today is. What was yesterday?
Yesterday was a 37. Last Friday was a 61.
I'm gonna say 35.
41. Pretty close. I'll give you that one, dude. But
interesting.
we're definitely in the yellow here. So we were in the green on last Friday. So we are taking a step back. Do you think we enter the green again next week? Do you think we could get over 60 next week?
Next week, maybe the end of next week, because I don't know. I mean, like just looking at some of these time frames, the longer time frames, it looks like that's starting to turn back to a little bit bullish. So we could. I hope we don't, though. I hope it doesn't like just jump right into like 70s next week. That would be stupid. And I don't know how the mass or the people that are here participating right now, how our emotions can calm down when the price goes up, because everybody just gets excited every single time. There's like nothing that can stop it, unless like there was a huge like dump to like 30,000. Then I think everybody would be like so depressed, and like it would be like you just lose hope. So that's why I think we are in this like optimistic part of the Wall Street psychological graph, right? It's like we're in the hope, in my opinion, like hope phase, because like, or like optimistic, like every time price runs, we're like, okay, it's now is the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, man. All right. So the title of the show is Bitcoin Weekend Crash. Do you think we crash down without kind of getting to the price action yet? Do you think we take a big dip down to the bottom there?
no, I don't. I love the 4-hour chart, right? That's like one of my favorite charts, because I feel like it gives you a really strong like indication of, where we're headed in the next couple days, 2 to 4 days. And it's looking pretty good. The 4-hour chart is, if I had to pick one time frame, it would be the 4-hour chart, because it gives me just like that short enough, time frame, but forecast, but enough that it's not just that day. It's the 2 to 3, 4 days, and that is looking good to me. So I think we actually do finish the day pretty decent, and then we kind of stabilize over the weekend, and then we'll see how things go on Monday.
Love it. Yeah, man. All right, let's get into that Bitcoin price action brought to you guys by BitPerp. BitPerp's going to be one of the leading leverage exchange platforms on Bitcoin. They're going to start on BitLayer. They're going to be on Botonics and so many more L2s. They're going to really lead the charge of being that multi-chain leverage deck. So I'm very excited for that. And they're going to live in this Bitcoin ecosystem where you're going to be able to do 100x leverage on some of the craziest stuff that you probably shouldn't be able to. But these guys are all about that freedom, you to do what you want to do, and that's the best part about crypto. It's you have the freedom to direct yourself, but you also have the freedom to be very smart and do calculated strategies where doing this type of stuff could make you significant gains very quickly. So let's be smart with our stuff. But if you're not smart like me with the trading, we're going to be doing a 2-week trading competition, paper trading competition. So you can use fake money and kind of learn and kind of how the platform works, and you're going to be earning while you're doing that. So we'll have more information on that next week. We're going to do 5 days of BitPerp. We're going to be giving away 5 every day, 5 whitelists opportunities for you guys. So look out for that in the 5 days of BitPerp when that starts.
Yeah. And the whitelist opportunity is more like your address will be entered into their system to receive benefits on their platform. So you won't have to do anything after that. But before we get into the Bitcoin price action, guys, if you're on the YouTube side, please smash that like for us, as it helps the algorithm. And then if you're not subscribed to our channel, subscribe to our channel and hit the notification so you know when we go live. And then on the X side, smash that like and share the space for us if you don't mind. But let's go ahead and jump into Bitcoin's price action here. And what I like to do is just really a dumbed down, simplified, where possibly Bitcoin can be heading. I am using the BitPerp charts today because it is back up. They were working on it yesterday. But wow, look at this lightsaber. You see this lightsaber? Pew pew. This was kind of crazy. It happened today. I think it was when the economic data came out, right?
Yeah.
It was good. It was good, but then people were like, "Oh no, this is so good. Oh no, it's bad." But then it restabilized here. But yeah, it actually is so crazy. Like the price jumped up like crazy from that. Anyways, if you can see here, what happened is after that data came in, we did kind of start to see like a decline right here, and then it flowed right into kind of bouncing back up. And it's really just been kind of consolidation between 61 and 62,000 is what we've seen this morning. So I think we're going to probably see more stabilization, but the 4-hour chart really makes me feel, like we'll probably pull back up here, and I'm going to show that in a little bit. Yeah, so you can see on the MACD, we did try to build up some positive price momentum here. Got stalled a little bit, bounced back up again, stalled again. That's kind of where we are. So it's a lot of just up and down within range of, like I said, that 61 to 62,000. So the good thing is that, like I said, some of these longer, a little bit of the medium time frames are showing kind of reversal in terms of the positive or negative going to positive price action. Stochastics is showing that, we have been in overbought for a little bit. We're probably going to head down for a little bit, but I don't think we're going to be going down below 60,000 or anything like that. Maybe a little bit below 61, but we'll probably jump right back up. So second half of today, I imagine we'll probably try to creep back up to 62. And then let me get to the 8-hour chart. So this is more of a week forecast. So this chart is not as bullish, but this is a week, right? So you're looking 7 to 10 days kind of forecast here. We were about to get out of this, and then I think what that recent kind of dump kind of pulled us back in. You see the MACD kind of built up a little bit of that sell pressure back up here, but we have been in oversold on the stochastic RSI since the 30th of September. So, it's a good 5 days. I think it's about time for us to get out of this. And if I go into the 4-hour time frame, this is the one I was talking about. You can just see this looks really, really nice, right? We're building up this positive momentum here for the next couple of days. You can see, like we're starting to build up this uptrend here. If we look here, we do have quite a bit of support building up, stronger than the resistance here. So, and this wick right here, wicked up here, usually typically it will try to slowly trend back up to where that wicked. So that's my kind of insight of what I'm thinking for the weekend. I don't see the dump. I actually see more of us kind of trying to get across that 62,000 again before the end of today, and then stabilizing over the weekend.
Awesome. I'm excited for that. It's crazy the difference between yesterday when we're making our thumbnail, making our headline for today, and this morning. It's just crazy how fast things can change.
Yep. It is crazy.
All right. Let's get into that roll call. Let's see who's here on the show. First is first. Oh, wait. We'll come to roll call in a second. We just had something crazy just happen. The man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Francis Dune.
Dude, it's like when you're like, yo, hold on, we got something crazy. It's like your audience are so used to me. I'm not even a surprise guest anymore. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not that, it doesn't seem that, surprising anymore. But how's it going, guys?
It's going well, man.
I see Yagobi's flexing on balling. Is that a new mic?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Hopefully it sounds better, because my old one was like a microwave or like a toaster. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, it does. It sounds a lot better. Like I feel a difference. Not that the other one was terrible or anything, but I turned it on my phone. I saw you guys were live, and it sounded way better. So good stuff.
Appreciate that, brother.
Good stuff.
Yep.
So what's
Francis,
going? Yeah, go ahead.
I got some alpha, bro. I'm about to. It's funny you drop in right before I'm about to.
Bro,
get
for
the
every
alpha
100 pieces of alpha I give you, you give me one. So here's my one. Drop it.
All right, Mexi will list CAT next week.
Oh,
I'm hearing.
I like that. Now, you know why that's going to happen is because that exchange, when you're listing over there, they don't charge listing fees in stablecoin. They'll just take the token itself and list it. You know what I mean? So other places like I think Gate, they charge about 70K. Well, actually, I lie. I think it went up a lot now because apparently Gate has more volume than KuCoin. Apparently, KuCoin charges way more, but Gate, they're starting to ante up their prices. But that's awesome. That's really good stuff.
Yeah.
Hopefully, that's the first of many.
So I'm hearing that there's two sections racing. Mexi is one of them, and there's another one that's actually racing to try to beat Mexi to be the first. So we'll see what happens. I'm hearing between 7 and 10 days, you could see the listing announcement.
Nice.
And it's a good source. It's a really good source. It's someone who's never really lied to me yet. So
yeah. Kind of sounds like me. Sure, it wasn't me.
It might have been.
No, that's good stuff. I guess they have to go freaking buy it at .swap or CoinX or something. Not CoinX, sorry, .swap. Yeah, that's FP. Yeah, they gotta do something like that.
But wait, there's more. OKX, while is integrating CAT20s. You're gonna have your balances and everything.
I'm not surprised with that particular one. I think that was expected. I feel as though they're still figuring out how it works. That code and whatnot, the new CAT20 protocol. So yeah, that's a good sign as well. And also why that's huge is because they offer mobile support. So you don't have to go to your phone only to like mint and do all these things. And with the CAT20, you could also use your phone for like SatsPump.Fun whenever that comes out. So that's really good because that brings in a lot more users too, right? People who don't have access to maybe a desktop. So awesome stuff.
Yeah.
I got more.
Hey, Francis.
Got more. God.
Well, I want to ask you real quick before we give
Yeah.
this other bit of alpha. Is right now it just seems like CAT20 is really in the spotlight, right? And it has been kind of for a while. But you have tokens that were BRC20s like Glizzy that really has a big community. If you look at the holder count and everything, what's going to happen here, in your opinion? If you could give kind of a short answer of what you think is going to happen between the two standards, will BRC20 go over to CAT20? What's your thoughts?
I think that's a personal preference. However, like in terms of if the BRC20 fractals wants to go over there, kind of like what we saw BRC20s that went to Runes, right? Some of those projects did that, and we've seen some projects on the Runes do the same thing over here. But to answer your question, I think the ones who have the strong community, who has that that brandability, like Glizzy, I don't see personally why they would want to come over to CAT20. Maybe they create another a different token on CAT20. But I think Glizzy is fine where it is. But we would see a lot of the action and the focus being migrated over there. I just don't want to see a nice project like Glizzy, like Domoduck say, okay, guys, let's convert to CAT20 now. You know what I mean? But look, the meta right now is clearly CAT20 and even CAT721 coming out soon. I think that's what people need to wrap their brains around and understand that. And, whether you are somebody who wants to invest, trade, or create, that's just where it's going to be. But, yeah, I just see it like 80% or so of the focus and the attention is going to be CAT20 than the rest on all these other things. So
gotcha.
It is what it is. But no, those really strong ones, they would exist still, man. I don't see them dying out, but a lot of others will die out. It just would, a lot of those Mickey Mouse inscription projects.
Gotcha. And I think that like Glizzy actually got added to a couple like centralized exchanges, didn't it? Like initially, like which one was it?
CoinEx.
Okay, CoinEx. Okay. Yeah, I agree with you. I think that like, Pizza Swap will have its own kind of thing. And it's actually kind of showing that like the meta protocol thesis on these UTXO chains probably will play out, where there's going to be a little bit of fragmentation, but like, one will probably have more of the spotlight. So it's going to be interesting. Sorry, I didn't want to cut your alpha off.
No, that's Shizzy, fine. That's a good question. But I'm speaking. Oh, sorry, Shizzy. I gotta just say one thing here. Since you mentioned Pizza Swap, Pizza Swap give us that Ushkosh Muwash. If you know what I'm saying.
I saw your video. Yeah. What's his name? Orlando Brown. You speak that language?
That Ushkosh Muwash, Diddy. You give me that Ushkosh Muwash. I swear to God, it's like Pizza Swap, right? Not everybody. To be honest, I was expecting that deposit thing still. I really was. Yeah. Like I was expecting it in terms of I wouldn't be surprised if it was there, but it was like a 50-50 thing. I also expected them to fix that shit, bro. Like, and I'll give Shizzy some fucking credit here. I would say that Shizzy was kind of right, if not right, when he says they're going to delay. Because September came, they delayed till the last day in September, and it was the same shit, the same product. So I think Shizzy was right there. But with that being said, man, that's a big disappointment in my eyes. I expected more from Unisat, but I would say this, right, bro? If it wasn't for CAT20 right now, I think the public wouldn't give a shit about what's happening in Fractal, and that's the truth. It's the truth. If it wasn't for CAT20, you know what I mean? And in the state of how Pizza Swap is, that's why I'm saying this, right?
Yeah.
I think people got let down. And when that happened, it was funny because most of the FUD was coming from the price of FP, but not the actual, Pizza Swap, infrastructure. That's what they should be fudding. And I would have said, hey, I can't even argue against that because they're correct. And you guys know me, I keep saying this, and like I don't commit to one thing, bro. If I see fuckery, I'm gonna say it's messed up. If I don't, then I'm gonna say, it's cool. But man, that was disappointing.
Yeah. Well, the one thing that they did add that was better was the BTC side of things. So once they do allow withdrawals, I think maybe we'll see like an increase in usage because BTC is there. BTC being in that eco swap to be able to use it, that makes a world of a difference in my opinion. Obviously, not being able to withdraw right now is a big I guess like disappointment. Let's see what happens when OKX kind of says, okay, we're ready now. The index is fixed. But I agree with you. I think CAT20 is taking the spotlight for sure.
Yeah. What if Unisat didn't drop the ball, but they pivoted? They just kind of put out what they had. They're not really worried about it. They pivoted to doing something spectacular, and that's kind of what I'm
Yo,
thinking in the background. I don't think they are worried about this BRC20 swap anymore. They're actually
yeah.
pivoting to something that will be game changing.
I kind of feel like the way I'm seeing it. Sorry, guys, I'm a bit under the weather. That's why you see me wearing this jacket. It's freaking cold, and when you're sick, it's that much colder, especially here in Canada. But I think they're already pivoting, bro, to CAT20. I'll be honest. They
Yeah.
already pivoted. They're even saying CAT20 dApps are coming. More CAT20 this, more CAT20 that. We're going to support CAT20 here and CAT20. So I feel like they're already pivoting, to be honest, bro. So again, like, get with the program, people. But that being
Yeah.
said, the top projects are, I think they're still going to have their day and, you know, do their thing and, you know, whatever. Like, people were asking me about, it was funny. Somebody messaged, tagged me, and they said, "Hey, the only person who's not talking about Hanzo Momo is Francis." Bro, I was going to say something, right? I shared with Shizzy. I was going to retweet that and say, "I FOMO with Domo no homo," but that Hanzo Momo is a big no. Right? No, but that was just me being stupid funny. But no, I've spoken of Hanzo Momo, I think, even with you guys, and I kept messing up the damn name. Remember?
Yeah.
So I did mention them.
You were the
And
first person who actually said their name out
to bring
loud.
it up.
Like
Yeah, to bring it up.
I mean,
Yeah.
you had the balls to do that because I didn't know what the
Yeah.
hell it said. Like,
Hey, dude, I messed up the royally with that name, so trust me. Apparently, I didn't know how to pronounce it. No, but all good. Yeah.
yeah, Hanzo Momo went from, it came out at, obviously it was 1 FB. It ran to about between 4 and 7. That's where I picked up some, and then it ran this morning to 24 FB. So it was pretty nuts on the price action of it. But I'm even thinking about taking some profit here though. It ran really hard, really quickly. So
Yeah, no, sorry. I just had a good laugh in the comment section. If you don't mind me reading this,
yeah, go ahead, do your thing.
yeah, Claudio M. I'm so happy that Francis isn't arguing that much with people on Twitter and shifted his focus on building. That's funny. He's talking about the whole stuff, like, you know, the whole spiel I had with runes and
Yeah.
dog. I'll just say one thing on that, right? Like, I'm not even an argumentative guy, and I know that sounds crazy, and they may come off the wrong way. But if something is just like glaring in my eyes, and I think it's a problem, I, like, without a shadow of a doubt, you know, and most people can't see what I see, you know, like, I think it's my duty to kind of like bring that to people's attention, you know. I just don't like seeing people being misled or deceived, you know. And hey,
Yeah.
let's just say I'm wrong. But if I actually believed that was the truth, I think people should respect that, right? If I believe that was the truth, right, with all of my solidarity and heart and everything, I think people should respect that because I'm just looking out for people. I don't want them to be a buffoon and get bamboozled by you know, bigger cats who have a good rep, so to speak, in terms of the public perception. So that's that. And I've always been a constructive person and building, right? We did stathunter.com too. And now we're doing this here. And I had past experience with that too. So yeah, I'm a constructive person for the most part, I would say.
Yeah, man.
Where's that next alpha, Shizzy?
Are you ready for it? All right,
I'm ready. We're ready.
I'm hearing that CAT721 is almost ready. Should be live perhaps in 1 week. Hold on, there's more. script will be doing a dev workshop at Bitcoin Amsterdam where they show how to use script and CAT and OpCat. So this is massive
Interesting.
because he's going them. Obviously, Bitcoin Amsterdam is about 7 days away. He's going to be sitting there, break it down. And I'm hearing that it was oversubscribed. As soon as people found out about it, they all RSVP'd, and there's just too many people. So you can just tell people want to know what the hell is going on and want to build CAT 721s and CAT 20s.
Bro, like, people are just going to start rushing in now. Everybody's interested in this. Now they're getting it. They're understanding, like, at the beginning, this is possible. This isn't like a meme coin. This isn't a scam. This is true. No indexer required, right? People get it, right? And I feel as though maybe this part I may not be 100% accurate here, but I feel as though I'm seeing, like, you know, I'm actually pretty good with trends, right? I really am, right? And narratives. I'm like, I don't know what it is, but like, I'm okay in that area. And I feel like we're going to see a lot more of these, like, UTXO based networks coming about for whatever reason that wants to use OpCat. I truly believe that, man. And you know, maybe Fractal is going to set precedents for that and pave the way. Maybe something might be better than Fractal. That's a UTXO network, right? And it's just going to breed innovation. I know I sound like a broken record, but this is the catalyst for a lot more creative things to come. And this CAT20 standard is playing a key role in that. And listen, guys, this is I'm pretty sure it's the first one that could do this where, you know, Imagine if you had Ethereum on other sort of like Ethereum L2s, right? And now you have that much more volume, that much more liquidity going on in these networks that we're trading the same token, you know?
Yeah.
So now you got, so for example, Bell's Coin. You got Bell's Coin, they're turning on OpCat. I already got an idea to do there, you know, but so much ideas comes to mind. So you got Bell's Coin, then you got Fractal. You can have a bridge from OpCat UTXO network of Fractal to OpCat UTXO network of Bell's Coin, right? And then you got CAT20 being traded there, traded here, volume goes up, right?
Yeah.
This is really good. This is really good. So what tip of the iceberg is right here? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, 100%. No, I called this. I said that we're running back the EVM layer 2 playbook, but UTXO this time. And you know, there were L2s that weren't necessary last cycle, but a lot of them did well just because of the hype of the bull run. But there are some that are necessary. You know, like Arbitrum does play a big role. Polygon plays a big role. And I think that's what's getting built out here. Now, what's going to be interesting, we had a great conversation with Adam McBride. You know, he's kind of leading the way over there on Bell's Coin about this UTXO ecosystem and what's going to look like, right? I think there's people like Udi that are a little bit kind of shaking in their boots here because he wanted to be doing what Yahweh or, you know, the S-Script guys are doing. But imagine this, when once OpCat does get turned on to Bitcoin, who do you think is going to be ready right away?
Oh, it's over, man. It's CAT, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So and there could be a different value of where the token is birthed, but like for example, like let's say that like Bitcoin, you mint these CAT20 tokens on Bitcoin, but then they're able to freely flow back and forth from Bitcoin to Fractal to Bells, and maybe they're just a little bit higher sought because they were born on Bitcoin's blockchain or whatever. But who knows? Who knows what that's going to look like? At the end of the day, liquidity will be able to flow, like you said.
The way I see it, and that you bring up a good point there, and that's a good argument in terms of, you know, where it originated from, right? Like the birth on Bitcoin. That's a really good case. And if it just comes down to that one metric, I would have to say the one born on Bitcoin, right? You would just have to. But I think it's far more complex and bigger than that, right? Think about this, right? Let's just say OpCat is turned on layer 1, whenever that is, if ever that happens, which I think one day it will, but I just don't know when. Dude, the infrastructure for CAT20 with all of these already built out, you know, what those guys are doing, Ordinals Wallet with Fleur, Fleur.gg, the order book style, that's going to be there. A bunch of other ones will be existing. DotSwap's building out. I'm doing my thing. You already have a fully breathing, fledged ecosystem for CAT20. And these guys are now, okay, well, we got our token live. That's not going to be good enough because now you got to catch up to the rest of the ecosystem of CAT20, right? And that's what, to me, is going to matter. Who's already built out an ecosystem and an infrastructure that already has user base too. So they have, what I'm trying to say is they got a huge head start, you know, and it comes down to user base, right? And development, not just, okay, well, I think the first is out of the equation here in terms of, this is not inscription, right? Well, you get that first is first. You solidify your spot. This isn't that. So, but it is a great point you bring up. Some people may value that. But what I value is what works, what has, you know, infrastructure laid out, user base, volume, all these things. And I think they already are starting to, you know, snowball in that direction right now.
Yeah. From my understanding, though, obviously there's no indexers, right? So when these CAT20s kind of go to Bitcoin, there's going to be no difference from Udi's CAT20 to this CAT20. They're all running on the same OpCat with the same small contract and stuff like that. They'll have potentially have different contract numbers. So it's not going to matter. Whatever Udi builds, you're going to be able to do with the CAT20s right on wherever he builds, because the way OpCat works is it's just one layer. Yeah. It's all it is. It's very, very similar to how Bitcoin trades. So there's going to be no difference.
You're going to be able to see where it originated from, though. You'll be able to see that.
Yeah,
but what's it matter if you're if it?
I mean, that's the thing, exactly.
So I think that's going to be the real test, right? Is like if it does matter or if it doesn't, because like, you know, people that are going to be minting on Bitcoin are going to want that to matter, right? And people that you know, because they're going to be like, oh, these are, you know, Bitcoin assets or whatever. The interesting part is like no indexer. So this is going to be strictly Oracle. That's going to be, you know, communicating back and forth between chains in terms of price, AMM, you know, liquidity, all that, you know, updates. So it's going to be, there's going to be way more like what we're used to.
I would just say if you could convince the public that that's valuable, then maybe you would. And Udi has, you know, influence, so maybe he could do that. But I feel like we're entering this phase of programmability on Bitcoin. And this first thing is something where you don't really have much of a utility with all these ordinals that we've been doing first is first. That's just my line of thinking. But again, no, it doesn't matter what I think. It's what the market thinks. So maybe, the market sees it differently in the way you just described, right?
You
But
got to remember too, we could be years away from OpCat on Bitcoin,
bro,
right? We could have,
it's a
you
while.
know what I mean?
I think it's a
Like,
while, man. Yagobi, what do
so
you honestly think? When do you think OpCat will be turned on?
I think it's going to happen within the cycle, and the reason why is because if it doesn't, then all credibility that Udi has is going to go out the window. And it's not just Udi; it's Eric Wall too. That's a part of that team, and Eric Wall has a big reputation in the Bitcoin community, right?
Is Eric changed from Changely? Oh,
No,
that's a different Eric. Okay.
yeah, different Eric. Eric Wall is the one that used to go, tit for tat with Richard.
Art?
Yes. They would always like have debates and stuff about how like Hex is going to go zero. It's a scam and all this stuff. Like Eric would say that. He is considered, I think, like a Bitcoin developer, but he's not like as much like the face as Udi is. But Udi, in one time, Udi was in a space saying, "Hey guys, this isn't me that's wanting to push this forward only. There's big internal like shareholders within the Bitcoin community that's getting them to do this, kind of in a sense, right? So that's what makes me think it's going to happen this cycle.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But again, it's like, who reaches consensus? Bitcoin core team, I think?
With what?
The consensus to like say, let's turn it on.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be like influential people that maybe, support the foundation for the core and stuff like that are saying, hey, look, this is, there's no reason not to have this added. The security risk is like very, very minimal now that, SegWit's been updated and all whatever, right? Like whatever their reasonings are. And, but who knows? This is just the information that I've grabbed, because I will say that if OpCat doesn't get added to Bitcoin this cycle, then that whole Quantum Cat, Wizards, and Udi and that whole team loses a lot of credibility, in my opinion.
I would just still say this right now. I feel like I personally would never want to invest into something that has an undetermined date. And you're going off of wishful thinking here. Nobody really has the power. Even if you're the most, like say you're Leonidas, you think he's going to convince these guys to turn on anything, bro? Or to increase block size or to turn on OpCat, bro? They don't give a shit who you are. I'll tell you what's going on, right? So to give you a little bit of glimpse of this, if you read Rogers Vera's book, which I highly recommend everybody does who's in the Bitcoin space, hijacking Bitcoin, he spoke about a Bitcoin core team. And he says the reason why these guys don't want to increase the block size isn't because it's against the fundamentals or the core values of Bitcoin. As a matter of fact, it's for that. If you read their white paper, you'll see Satoshi says this over time, they're going to do it. But the reason why they don't want to do that is because, when the block rewards get smaller and smaller every 4 years, what's left to make money? It's transaction fees, right? And that's one of the things. And he's saying this is why they're saying this. And, they did a really good job in, a social media propaganda that was well funded and got people over the years to, think this is how it is. So, I mean, like, if that's how they are, right? They already got their minds made up. Now, he mentions a lot about OpCat and some other operational codes, and I forget exactly what he said, but that too is supposed to be turned on. But these are the people who don't want it on for a certain reason. But again, I forgot his point on that, but he brought up a good point about that too.
But
so
wouldn't increasing the block size increase the transaction volume?
No.
The count?
It'll be able to handle more load, right? So since it's ballooning, right? It's forcing fees to go higher and higher and higher. And that's what they want. But if you were to allow more fees to fit into a bigger block, the transaction fees will be smaller. It'll be way smaller.
But whoever wins that block, the transaction fees might be smaller, but the volume
per block. I mean, I don't know how that math works out, but
because the thing is that if you think about Bull Run, right, for instance, right, and you remember like 2021 when Ethereum's fees got crazy, and you were paying like if you were doing like a $10,000 transaction, easily you'd be paying $600 in fees or something like that, right? And so I'm just thinking of it like in the sense of like being able to fit as many transactions in there and then winning that block. I would think that it would be more of an economic incentive because then you would have more activity on the chain.
Well, think about it, right? We always say, scaling. We need another chain that could scale for cheap fees, right? So you think if you scale and you increase the block size, fees get cheaper. However that works out. But you always hear that, right?
Gotcha.
Well, when to scale, and fees will be cheaper. So again, maybe if it does get activated, we'll see. But that's what these guys seem to say.
Yeah.
Obviously, it hasn't
And
been done, so I haven't seen it in real
the
time. But
the thing is, a bull market is like 6 to 8 months long, right? You have to worry about the rest of the year. Could you imagine right now in the where we're at right now, if the things were if it was, the blocks were bigger, the fees would be almost nothing. You know, you can't
Yeah.
even really fill up a block right now. You know, so I mean, there are 2,
there
3
you go.
sats per
Yeah,
V-Buck, right?
and
So,
also if the speed doesn't increase too, then you're looking at just a really clogged up chain at that point if you increase the
exactly.
block size, right? So yeah, I get it.
Guys, trust me. Listen to it. There's an audiobook to it. It's like this is my third time playing the audiobook. It's amazing.
I got more alpha. So let me
Okay.
find it right here. So I was wrong. I was originally saying that I thought the CAT 721s were going to point to an inscription. So I'm getting this alpha from somebody who's in the know. CAT 20. Wait, where is it? Where is it? CAT 721's NFTs will not point to an inscription. The NFT will be stored in the UTXO with
Rather
CAT
than the stat.
721.
Rather than the
Yeah.
stat.
So
Yeah.
we're kind of going to sit in there in one UTXO together, not a Satoshi. So not an inscription whatsoever. But
Yeah,
again, that does not allow for any. You don't need no indexer for this, right? You're gonna and
Yeah.
you basically put the JPEG inside the UTXO with the CAT 721. So they'll be like living with each other.
Yeah, pretty much the same concept with the CAT20, right? With the UTXO,
Yeah.
right? Non-inscription. So it's a similar thing. And again, I have not even looked into it fully, but I know what it does in terms of certain programmabilities as well. So I think this is where people get creative and they bring a different value proposition or use case to if you want to make a collection or whatever. But again, my plate's so full, bro. I'm doing other things, but this is an area I definitely want to deep dive in because I see this going to be trending hard. And then the question comes down to is it's like, well, you have these programmable, cool, 721 CAT NFTs. What becomes of the ones on Fractal now with that are inscription based, right? That's the next question. I put a tweet on that earlier today, and that's a genuine question. I don't even know what's going to happen. Are people going to be interested in this? Are those full prices going to dive? I don't know.
What you could see is those communities pivoting to this, airdropping the holders, of the CAT 721 version of that same NFT. That's definitely something you may see. And the way I'm hearing too, the CAT 721s will be very cheap to transact with. So I mean, we'll see how that works as well. But
Yeah. I know there's a lot of uncertainty, and the audience is probably worried because everybody, I mean, it's human nature, has the natural thought to protect your bags, right? But I think we can look at this in another way as well. Is that look, we're in such a innovative period of UTXO ecosystem building out, especially like eventually things are going to go back to Bitcoin for this kind of innovation. So we're that early, so there's gonna be ample opportunities, in my opinion, to be able to take advantage of this. Just I think it's more like let's feel lucky that we're here at this stage.
Yeah,
exactly. And it almost looks like if this Unisat Fractal Bitcoin UTXO network here is formulating its own trend, right? For other networks like that too. So that's pretty cool. I think people start to get it now, right? This is how I always saw it. When I see sidechains and forks and these things, I don't think they're trying to be better than Bitcoin. I'm talking about in Bitcoin. They're not trying to be better than Bitcoin. They're just not going to wait for OpCat to be turned on one day. Hopefully, let's just pray. If the future is uncertain, you create your own future. You know what I mean? That's it. So it's uncertain when this will ever go on, if it ever does. It's uncertain the block size. So what we're going to do, we're just going to pretend like it's going to happen. And we know the day it's going to happen. No, let's go create this sidechain, this fork, whatever, and do it the way we want to do it. That's how I see it. Nobody's saying, at least in my eyes, it's better than Bitcoin, but it's given us the things that we need to trade tokens. So, and imagine this: if Unisat never done that, CAT20 would have never been born, and we wouldn't be talking about CAT 721, CAT20 universal order books or whatever you want to call it, interoperability. Like literally, like we said, it's this creative place that you come and it's going to gravitate creative minds and entrepreneurs and developers to break free of their ball and chain, right? Which is Bitcoin. You can't do much on Bitcoin. Why do you think there's no devs really there like that? When Ordinals came, it was like, oh my God, we could actually get work. I made a joke saying these guys are at the fucking, the job agencies working minimum wage, but they're skillful Bitcoin devs. Finally, Ordinals comes and gives them work. Here we go with this now. Yeah. UTXO network is going to, on CAT20, is going to give them mad work. So it's a good thing, man. It's a good thing.
100%. So SatsPump.Fun had a huge announcement this week, and
Who's that?
I
Who's
definitely
that?
SatsPump.Fun.
Francis Pump Fun. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Francis Pump. But real quick though, so I dove into DotSwap a little bit because there's a lot of people are saying it's very centralized and stuff like that. So SatsPump.Fun is doing a partnership with DotSwap. You guys will be using that exchange, and we're gonna get into all that in a second. But I just want to read this couple things real quick. So DotSwap is centralized for liquidity providers only. V3 is completely trustless for swappers. Any trader using V3.swap can trade completely trustless, and they sign the PSBT themselves. A swapper on DotSwap takes on the same exact trust as swapper on Magic Eden. So Magic Eden's putting out their version of a swap as well for runes, and this person is saying that the swapper is taking on the same exact risk as you will with Magic Eden. Swapping on DotSwap is just as decentralized as swapping on Magic Eden from the point of view of the swapper. So taking in all that, I mean, that was pretty big for me because I thought DotSwap was very centralized, but they are putting out another version of DotSwap very soon. Can you kind of get into your thought process of bringing on DotSwap and, well, not bringing them on, but using them as the #1 exchange for SatsPump.Fun?
I thought you would never ask, Shizzy. Joking about SatsPump.Fun. Yeah, so first and foremost, we're not partnered with them, right?
Okay.
No, it's okay. It's fine. It may seem like that because of the announcement. It's not a partnership, and I don't want people to think the wrong way here. But it is an announcement telling people, hey, this is the DEX that we're going to use, right? I think they've proven themselves, not just because they're quick, because their product actually works, and there's not much availability elsewhere, anyways. Especially with Pizza Flop. So that's the reason there. We know they're legit, right? They've done work on runes, layer 1, 2. So it makes all the sense in the world there. So right now, that's correct. With the V3, remember the V1, you can still see it, right? You had to deposit funds. So that was super centralized. Now they're doing it in a way. They say 30 block confirmation, but when you actually make the swap on V3, after 1 block confirmation, I see the tokens in my wallet, right? So that fixes a huge problem. Now, when it comes to these LPs and all that, with the UTXO based network, it's much different to an account based network, which, by the way, tomorrow at 10 a.m. on the channel, I got a S-script developer coming on and explaining exactly this, why UTXO networks offer much more advantages than these account balance networks like Solana and Ethereum. So that's Yahweh's colleague, I believe. So that's what's happening over there. Now, I believe right now with the V3, what we're going to be doing is, and I don't want to give away too much right now, but we're going to be locking these, LPs. We're not going to be burning them. Now, with a V5, it gets a lot more decentralized. There is a centralized aspect when it comes to the actual liquidity pools. But like we saw with V1, it was super centralized. Then we saw with now the skip V2 to V3, it became more trustless. Funds is always in your wallet, right? When you go to mint or swap, to swap, it's in your wallet, right? And then V5 now brings it even more decentralized from the actual liquidity pools. But again, if you look around, left, right, up, down in the ecosystem, there's nobody doing this because nobody even has that skill set to get this far. You know what I mean? So let's just, again, I think at this point, they deserve the benefit of the doubt. Coming out of nowhere, doing a V1, coming out of nowhere, doing a V3, and like you alluded to, a V5 is going to make it that much more decentralized. And I have to stress this. CAT20 and UTXO network, when it comes to issuing tokens, is a little bit more challenging than that of a Ethereum network or Solana, And again, I got the experts dropping this on us tomorrow, so please tune into that because it really is alpha and education and things that I'm going to learn too. And I'm learning a lot here, bro. Like building the SatsPump.Fun. But one thing that's kind of like, it's not sidetrack me, but you want to be on camera, communicating to people, updating them, marketing, whatever you want to look at it. This is not even marketing, to be honest, bro. Like we're just like educating it right now. But full marketing will come. But yeah, it's taken a lot out of me, but learning a lot at the same time too. Did I answer your question? Sometimes I suck at that, eh? Did I answer it though? I did.
I think you did, yeah.
Well, why pick DotSwap?
Yeah,
well, I mean, it's pretty obvious too, right? Pizza flopped, and DotSwap is leading the charge. So
yeah. And to their defense, so to speak, it's like they specialize in these types of swap AMMs. They specialize in this on Bitcoin. So when I say Bitcoin, UTXO network, so that's fractal. That's very important, bro. And coming from BSV too, they got a lot of experience there. Some experience with OpCat as well. So I feel
Yeah.
they are the right people for us to say, hey, look, we're going to migrate liquidity over here. So it's not a partnership, but that's what our developers are going to be doing, this migrating liquidity over to .swap. So we're
Yep.
just using their AMM. They're not doing
Gotcha.
nothing with us. Yeah.
Gotcha. Can you talk a little bit about that process? Are you guys going to follow the same format as Pump.Fun in terms of like bonding curves and when that LP does get sent over to them?
Absolutely. So, you know, for us, we're going to keep it at the beginning straightforward how the current model is. And this was voted too. So we didn't know if people wanted the original model, and they did. That's called the degen mode. So Shizzy comes to the website, you know, he wants to create a token. He uploads his logo. He chooses the ticker. It's hard-coded 1 billion supply. You know, he chooses how much he wants to buy, right? So this is what we weren't sure if people wanted that, right? But they said, yeah, sure, do it. So Shizzy could buy 10%, 5%, 2%, whatever. Then it goes to the bonding curve phase. If you get enough buy pressure and you hit a certain market cap, which is indicative of the price of FB. So we were telling people about 69,000, which is currently how Pump.Fun does it. But if FB is low, high, or in between, it could be anywhere from 40,000, 50K, 60K, whatever. So once that is hit, the liquidity will be migrated over to .swap in an automated way, right?
Gotcha.
So that aspect is the same, where you have, you know, people buying, people selling in the bonding curve, whatever. People actually make more gains in the bonding curve phase than they actually do when it goes. Because think about it. If you were to get into this token and say you bought it 10th or 9th or 8th, every time you buy, the price kind of goes up a bit more, right? We know this.
Yeah.
So people will take a quick little profit right there and then and sell in the bonding curve, you know? But anyway, so that's how that process will work. And then it gets migrated over. The liquidity gets migrated over to .swap. Now we have another mode called the BTC mode, which we are more familiar with over here. So for example, when a new mint comes out, it's normally like 1,000 max mint, right? Per transaction. And we'll be having a similar approach over there. But this way now, things are a bit more stable with the price. What do I mean is, you know, you are ultimately getting into the almost the same price as everyone else. What do I mean? Well, in this format, when you come and you do a mint, the only difference in the price might be the SAT-VB. Opposed to the other route, which is the degen mode, every time you buy, the price actually goes up a lot more than a SAT-VB was to increase. You know what I mean? Right? So from there now, people essentially get into the same price. They form their community, and instead of just marketplace structure or scrambling to make your own LP, that automates the LP for you. You know? Sorry, my nose is really nice.
I got it. Like, so basically, you're kind of keeping like that Bitcoin ethos of how like you know,
Right.
your C20s and runes were, but then like once you have the community set, it's just more, that's more for like stabilized community building of a token.
Exactly.
The other one's more of like the fun gambling mode.
Exactly.
And from the jump, it's like a liquidity pool lives there because then your price goes up as you buy.
And I got another thing up my sleeve here, but it's in the very early stages. Not too sure if we will incorporate it, but we might. And I'll tell you guys what it is. So then now we could do something where, so these tokens are CAT20, right? They got covenants, OpCat, all these things, right? Yes, memes are cool too, right? And what we're developing is on CAT20 to streamline these things. But when people come over to us and they create their tokens, successful launches, they can't go back in there and put in built-in code or programmability. So how about we have like these monthly, you know, mints, first come, first serve, where it's programmed. So I will get my devs to do some sort of built-in programmability. For example, let's just say some degen shit like Rebase. I'm just saying, right? This is not what it actually is. But you know, Rebase, every hour, like 1 p.m. every day, it goes back. So you build that in, you say first come, first serve, they mint it out, they get it. Now it has this degen shit built in. When you do it with the meme coins, you can't even do this and have this type of like fun or chaos. If chaos is fun to you. You know what I mean? Dude, like, I don't want to say it too much because as I say, I'm going to curse here, motherfuckers out there waiting for me to talk so I could spill the beans, and they want to go copy the same shit. Trust me, it happens all the time. And last year with Sanonto.com, I had to be very quiet with that. And sure enough, after when we came out, Ordinals bot came out with the same shit. Right? So I just don't want to speak here. Like I say, guys, if I was to show you how to make my favorite sandwich, which is a turkey breast sandwich with a nice freshly sliced cut slice of tomato and some nice like feta cheese on there with the honey mustard, trust me, and I upload that to YouTube, all these other YouTubers are going to make the same sandwich, upload and call it their own. You know? So I got to be very careful what I say here. But these are the ideas that comes to mind, you know. So built-in programmability mints. First come, first serve. That's a third option.
Yeah, and that would be very, very innovative
That'd be different.
for UTXO chains for sure.
Yeah,
So
big time. Like when you look at it, the SatsPump.Fun, it's like the first pump fun, pretty much, let's call it the Bitcoin eco, man. Okay, UTXO network, whatever you want. To me, fractal Bitcoin is part of the Bitcoin eco. I don't care what anybody says.
I agree with
100%.
that.
Yeah.
And the people that say that fractal Bitcoin isn't Bitcoin, well, duh, it's not the coin, right? But it's a part of the overall ecosystem family, you know.
Yes.
And you know, people those are usually L1 maxis that are acting exactly like Laser Eyes and how Laser Eyes treated us. So you know, it's just kind of like you become who you hate sometimes, and that's exactly who those guys are.
Exactly. It's so funny, bro. Like they are so like red laser eyed out right now. It's hilarious. Turning into the same people they make fun of, you know.
Exactly.
And like when you really look at it, that's kind of like how these Bitcoiners are, right? All they know is Bitcoin and nothing else. And they're very hostile and tribal for that. And the moment you do ordinals, like, oh, these shit coins are coming here. What's going on? Fuck these guys. And then those BRC20 ruins ordinal art guys will make fun of them. And when something else new comes to that same industry, those same people are acting like the ones that they were making fun of, bro. And they don't even know it. So that's when it's like you need to open up your your mind to other ideas and new things too. Right? You're becoming a maxi, in other words, right? So yeah.
Yep.
Funny.
You're becoming what you hate at the end of the day. You know, it's just pretty crazy how people end up doing it. It's kind of like how the Bitcoin, like, you know, you had TradFi and you had Bitcoiners, right? And then you had shitcoiners, and then the Bitcoiners hate the shitcoiners. It's just like the same thing, just repeating. And you're becoming who you hate, and we can't have that. We can't have that. But
I agree.
yeah, man. Well, thank you so much for that update, man. We really appreciate you hopping on us, man. It means so much to us that you hop on, man. That's awesome.
Oh,
thank
shit,
you so much.
bro. It's all good. Guys, I got like about 2 hours sleep last night. My brain's not even working properly. I don't know if you guys noticed. I'm stuttering here. I'm doing a bunch of work, preparing for the interview tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then I looked at my DM. I saw the link. I was like, oh, fuck, let me hop on and say something. But yeah, we're hustling right now. We're working very hard. And, you know, we truly believe what we're building here, man, SatsPump.Fun, it's actually the first CAT20 dApp.
Yeah.
Dude, the first CAT20 dApp, that's madness. So we got that going on. All of these accolades and titles are meaningless to me, but this is what it really is. So we got that going on, and we believe that how this is going to be an interesting platform that people are going to want to use every single day. We're going to make the UI as friendly, as clean and sleek as possible. And I just feel as though that how our value proposition is going to be second to none. You know, and then after that comes out, you know, I don't say nothing about FB price. People want me to pump the price. It's like, how the heck am I going to do that? You know? but based on current, previous and current models, yeah, that their gas token do pump, like SUI and all that.
Yeah.
We'll see. The reason why FB2 is kind of going down is because, like, okay, so what are we doing then? What are we doing? We inscribed Ordinals art. We inscribed these BRC fractals. Now what? Right?
Yeah.
Here we go with a really engaging dApp. So I just want to leave with that. And thank you guys so much always for the invite. It's always a pleasure. Yeah. And keep up the good work, boys. We'll be in touch.
Sounds good, bro.
See you, buddy. Thanks, Francis. Amazing as always, man. That was fun.
Yep.
Yeah. So what's your take from with everything that we just got?
That, you know, they're doing a lot of building here with you know, CAT20 SatsPump.Fun sounds like it's going to be very pump fun. You know, I do like how they're going to split it up into degen and non-degen mode, because I think there's probably a good split in the community in terms of like super hard degen versus somebody that wants to get into more something stable. So that it's going to be really beneficial. But I can't wait to see the test net and stuff so we can mess around with it and talk more about it.
Yeah, 100%. And I think we'll just do a roll call at the very end now when we do a Q&A. So we'll just leave that to the end, since we did end up skipping that because Francis hopped on. But what do you think about the MEXC news? MEXC to potentially have the CAT20s. The only one they're listing at first will be CAT. But how do you feel about that within the next 10?
I think that's just a natural progression, right? Like MEXC is usually one of the first that picks up these, you know, pop tokens that get some momentum. And then once it gets past MEXC, then it gets picked up by Gate. Then once it gets past there, then maybe, you know, bigger. And then eventually you try to get the OKX and Binance listings, right? So we're just in the very first initial phase of that. So
100%. So what happens to the price, MEXC? Does MEXC help
I don't
the
think
price
it.
of CAT,
No, I
or
don't
is
think
it?
so. I don't think it's gonna pump it like hard or anything like that. Look, and also FB too. FB, yes, FB dumped, but like guys, you got to remember like the market conditions of Bitcoin, right? Like nothing right now is going to pump hard. Even if it does a little bit, it's gonna retrace unless Bitcoin takes off. We all
Yeah.
know Bitcoin leads the charge for everything. You have some unique situations to where like something new comes out. And FB did that. Like it came out new and it shot up to like
Yeah.
what was the high?
40
Some Yeah,
$40.
40 something bucks. So it had that like burst of like, price jump up. And then if Bitcoin would have continued going up, it would have continued going up as well. I mean, so
Yeah.
just I would say chill out. I'm not guaranteeing that FB is going to get back to 60 bucks, but what I will say is that most likely once Bitcoin does take off, like FB will take off as well with a lot of these other ecosystem tokens like Merlin, FB, a lot of the almost all the major Bitcoin layer 1 tokens there. So just I would say chill out. But yeah, I don't think MEXC itself is going to do too much in terms of positive price action. Like Binance could do that even in bad market conditions. It could pump it for a while, but like even then, like it would last for maybe like a couple weeks and then retrace eventually. But yeah.
Yeah, I think it pops in the beginning. I think it pops the first couple of days only because like that swap's kind of expensive. Like if you try to buy like 1,000 FB worth, you're gonna be paying a pretty good fee. You're gonna be paying like probably like 10 FB in fees. So it's expensive to use that swap. Like that's one thing about that swap that I gotta say. But so I do think that a lot of these guys are like, I'll just wait for an exchange to come, and they're gonna use these exchanges, the people who want to put bigger money in, not like couple grand, but like tens of thousands of dollars. I think they're kind of waiting for an exchange to do so. But then you're going to have people who are feel safer in the sense of selling it as well. So you probably have a mixed reaction. But I do think we do see a little bit of a pop, especially the first couple days.
Yeah.
But
So it's
we'll
a
see.
spot listing.
It'll be a spot listing. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's definitely helps a little bit because I'm more thinking of like once they allow you to trade perps for it, like it's gonna crash some. We
That's
see that
BitMEX
happen.
and stuff. I don't see that happening for a little while until at least the tier 2 exchanges really start listening it, and then the tier 1. I mean, I consider not MEXC like it's tier 2, and then the BitMEX and stuff like that being bigger. So I do have a few more things I did want to cover, if that's cool, before we jump into Fluid Friday.
Yeah.
Just like the Xverse Bitcoin wallet for everyone. Now you can list or cancel listings from top 3 runes marketplaces all at once. So this is a tweet from, let me find it. Of course, I lost it in the mix, but I'll just go to Xverse really quickly. But yeah, so this is pretty cool. Did you look into this at all?
I did see it. Xverse is constantly updating their wallet with new features. So I think this is really cool. Yeah. I mean, they're trying to, and it's not just them, Magic Eden as well. And, all these wallet providers, they're trying to figure out how to increase better runes trading experience, right? Like how to make that better. And I have to commend them because like they're doing, they're adding new things, right? So like, for example, like you get more chance to sell your item if you're going to list like all in one go on these 3 other marketplaces, right? And so that's a pretty cool thing.
100%, because I only really check Magic Eden, right? So it's not like I check OKX. I should be checking OKX, but I don't, out of laziness, right? So this is an opportunity to be able to list them on all 3. So now it says now you can list or cancel listing from the top 3 runes marketplaces all at once. Save time and list on all marketplaces at the same time. Select the runes you wish to list from the dashboard. You'll see option list, next, send, receive, and swap. Don't forget to quickly buy runes. You can use the swap button to source listings from all 3 platforms. Once you've selected lists, you can now see options to view, select, and choose from marketplaces to list on. So you don't have to list on all 3, but you can if you want to. To list your runes, select bundles, set a price, and choose a percentage based on the current floor price and confirm your listing. 5, if you list directly on any marketplaces, you'll still be able to update, change your listing in the app. So you're saying you'll be able to do everything just in their mobile app there. Make sure your Xverse app is up to date to unlock all these new features. So if you're not seeing these features, just update it in your app store, and that is the way you'll be able to do all this. So it's pretty cool update. It definitely seems that Xverse is leading the charge. And, Xverse and Magic Eden seem to be really pushing, while Unisat kind of feels like it's taking a step back.
Yeah, well, the focus of Unisat obviously is Fractal right now and CAT20 and stuff. So I think that's why.
100%. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So,
but you can definitely see that. So, and then Magic Eden's kind of seems like they're pivoting a little bit to Solana with their launch of their meme coin and their token. So that's pretty good as well. So, all right.
Yep.
I'll skip the Ord release till Monday. We'll kind of keep digging into that, but want to jump into Fluid Friday. So if you guys do not know what Fluid is, where is that? Man, I'm like lost in the sauce now. The Fluid thing is gone.
There it is. That's right. Oh, wait, no.
No, it's not.
Was it?
It's all good.
Yeah.
So obviously today is Fluid Friday. Every Friday we do a quick overview of one of our partners, and our partner is Fluid. Fluid is you can do swapping. You can swap your runes, you can borrow and lend, and now you can stake. So their staking platform is live. And if you missed the Billy Cats and the rune stones, you got to pay more attention, because now people are earning from basically holding, and it's done in a non-custodial way. So you're not really even giving them access to your stuff. You're kind of locking it in your wallet. So if you go to Fluid, it's app.fluidtokens.com, and you can kind of come here and hit the staking, and you can kind of see what is happening. And you can see, if you see something that's 000, it means that vault is closed to lock and earn this reward. So you can see the rewards here for each thing. So if you guys are interested in checking that out, feel free. And they did drop a pass. If you use the swap at any point before August 15th, you were airdropped one of these Fluid passes. So check that out. And as you can see, there's 143 staked out of the 1,000. So it is staking, but you have 5 days, 7 hours. So if you do have a Fluid pass, might be a good idea to stake it. Not financial advice whatsoever, but that's what I'm doing personally. So
yeah. So this is just a start, and this is huge. Like the innovation of that Fluid is doing on Bitcoin Layer 1, creating this TVL is really, really big. And look out for the next, I would say, week, because there's some projects that are going to be launching, and they're going to be, I believe they're going to, right off the bat, allow you to stake your item, so you can try to earn your mint price back, right? So that at that point, it's just all house money, right, in your mind, if you can get that back. Obviously, this is just theoretical, speaking here on how it would work, but yeah, so that is something to look out for. As we always say, if you're a founder and you're looking to allow your community to stake your asset, then reach out to Raul from Fluid Tokens, or reach out to us. We'll get you connected, because this is going to be big. This page is going to be filled up, in my opinion, here in the next month, with new we already know multiple projects that are lined up for this. Another thing too, so as of right now, like I just mentioned, you would have to go through Raul and the Fluid team to get this set up through them. So by the end of this month is what their target is, but that's not a hard date. But they're going to be setting up a permissionless setup for founders. So you're going to be able to set it up to where you can put your image there, and what asset it is that you're, what collection that you're allowing to stake, and what the reward is going to be. And you can kind of do that all on your own. That's going to be amazing. I think that's going to actually increase, the staking vault. So at that point, we'll probably have tons. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think when anybody is able to, if you have a simple ordinal project, right, and then you create a rune for that ordinal project, you give your holders TVL, and it's not like you're airdropping it to them, right? You're actually giving this rune value that you just created to give to these holders, and you can make them go a year, you can go 6 months, you can go 3 months, whatever you want to happen. You can get them locked up for 3 years, but they're earning the rune the entire time, and maybe that rune is a better hold in that collection. And it could be, and there's different strategies to do as well. So I'm excited to see what these crazy people come up with, but Fluid is giving you access to that pretty easy without you having to really not know the knowledge about Bitcoin's locking technology, right? So
Yep. And Choda Satoshi says, I'm going to go and buy some tier 1 fluid passes and stake them. They are so cheap right now. Yeah, because the reward for this, as of right now, is Bitcoin, but they're going to reopen this vault, guys, and do another stake with the fluid passes for you to earn the fluid rune token. And I don't know about you guys, but everything that they're building with TVL, lending and borrowing, Rune Swap, I mean, they're like a one-stop shop right now on Bitcoin Layer 1. So I would imagine that Rune token will be highly sought after, not financial advice.
Yeah, and they're working to upgrade their swap with another network, which is gonna be really cool. So I'm looking forward to that. So tune in for updates with that. Probably when that network launches. But I don't know if we're allowed to say it yet. But
yeah, probably hold off on that. But the one last thing I want to talk about with this platform or with the fluid pass staking is that when you do like withdraw your once the fluid pass staking vault is completed, you actually are able to get your pass and your rewards all in one transaction. So that's a really, really cool thing. You don't have to pay 2 different transaction fees. So that's really awesome. So once that gets closer, we'll do a tutorial on that just to kind of guide you guys on how to get your rewards as well as your ordinal back.
Yeah, so check out fluidtokens.com. Just come take a look, guys. We definitely think it's worth it. At least taking a look at what they offer here. So shout out to Fluid, and shout out to you. But
and I guess the last thing here is that the Fluid team will be in Amsterdam, Bitcoin Amsterdam. So if you are a builder and you want to meet up with them, you can reach out to us or directly to their DMs and try to schedule that. But they will be there. I think they'll be attending the Ordinal Hive Mixer too, so that should be a really fun event.
100%, dude. Let's kind of get into. So I did have one thing I wanted here. I want to get your opinion on something. Let me find it. God damn, everything just kind of moved around on me. But teleport. But yeah, so can a token protocol be successful with on layer 1 with transfer inscriptions? I kind of want, because I've been thinking about this, because I asked the TAP team. I said, hey, is there a way, are you guys doing anything with these transfer inscriptions? And we know about the bridge to Ethereum and stuff like that now with TAP. So it doesn't even feel like they're going to be, they're calling themselves the L1 swap on TAP and stuff. And so I'm curious to your opinion, can TAP be successful with transfer inscriptions?
I think they're going to have to go and they're going to have to create some sort of modular system as well, like on layer 1, because how else are they? I don't know. Like, you're gonna have to transfer them into some sort of, you can always transfer them to that state in your own wallet, but I don't know. Maybe they can figure out a way to where you just keep them in your wallet. You don't have to put them in a modular system, but you just have to take them out of that transfer state or whatever, that first step, and then you can freely trade back and forth. But from what you were telling me, the response that you got, I think there's going to be a modular type of situation for layer 1 as well. I think what they're going to showcase and really kind of boast about is going to be that ICP to TAP, Bitcoin type of interaction DApp, that's going to feel seamless and stuff like that. So you and I have seen some of that technology with another project, and it's pretty amazing from what we saw, at least the little taste we got, right?
Yeah, but that's still not DeFi on L1 like they're promising, right?
Yeah, I think that you can have DeFi on L1 and it be clunky and not necessarily fun, but you've completed your promise on that. And I wonder if that's what's gonna look like, right? Because at the end of the day, they can always argue like it was like DeFi on L1 was never going to be fun and easy. It's 10-minute blocks, it's clunky, it's all this stuff, but we this is what we have and this is what it is. But if you want a faster, like better experience, this is really awesome. You know what I'm saying? This is what I think their approach is going to be.
Yeah, man. Let's kind of get into the comments here. We didn't do no roll call today, so we're going to jump through that. We'll kind of go with questions as we go. So first is first, we had Chief Axel. Shout out to you, my friend. You are number 1 today. Congratulations to you. And then we have Cryptoology. Says, I used a simple bridge and it gave me a inscription on the FB side. Don't know what to do with it. What the hell does he mean? You know what he means?
Simple bridge. Probably they inscribed like the transaction or something. Because when you use a simple bridge, that's whenever you can bring over like those main assets like Ordi, Sats, the ones that Unisat hand select.
Gotcha. Mr. Hanky was here today. Shout out to you, my friend. Webdro, Lackey, Lukey, Fixed, Yasher, one of our mods. Appreciate Yasher. Reziak. And we have my boy Danny Boy, another one of our mods. Appreciate you, my friend. Green Man is here. Ordinals Tweets and Ordinals Chips, the twins. Mempool Punk is here. Claudia U, Steamy J, Nighthawk, UXL, Dream Big, Chain Watcher, Mr. Sheedy, Patty Poo, Tim Baker, L Bay, SPI, I Walk Alone. Pro Crypto, shout out to you, my friend. He said Glizzy at tasty prices. It is getting pretty cheap. Yasher says Coinbase will delist USDT and other non-compliant stablecoins by December 30th. Screw Coinbase, honestly. Screw 'em.
Yeah, but that statement to me like tells me that I think like PUSD is coming right in.
Yes, you're 100%. Yeah, I agree. Yep. I forgot about that. OKX just listed them. So I'm sure they will list. Coinbase will list next. No was here. Gomo,
cousin of Domo. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't think November 5th matters. Both parties will be digital. No, dude, I think you're completely wrong. I think that is.
I do think that okay. So let's say if the Democrat wins, right? Side wins. I think there's going to be a reaction and then a stabilization. So I think more of that is what truth would be versus kind of what he said. Because I agree with you. I think it does matter because one side is definitely way more friendly, open-minded, and stuff like that. The other side is trying to get there, and there's definitely people in their their party that is friendly. Like Torres is like really a big Richie Torres is really a big advocate for it. But it's not close. You're looking at probably like 70%, on the Republican side versus 30% friendly on the Democrat side. But what I think the bigger picture should be is like, let's say it doesn't go the way that we think we want it to in terms of friendliness. We'll have a reaction and then a stabilization, and then Bitcoin will continue on with this cycle. That's my
completely
statement.
Disagree. I think this is all a ploy by them, that party to kind of win votes. It's total bullshit. I mean, if they've done anything in the last 4 years that was good for crypto, it's nothing. They've done nothing. They destroyed 2 banks that were very solvent because they were crypto friendly. Operation Choke Point was the most devastating thing to happen to crypto.
Let's not forget we hit all-time high in March, and that's never happened.
That was because of get Larry Fink like that.
Which happened with this administration. I'm not saying this administration pushed it. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that Bitcoin will Bitcoin no matter what.
Yeah, but one side is trying to free Ross Ulbricht and make Bitcoin, legal.
Of course. But what I'm trying to say, my point is, once the side that we obviously would like to win, of course, that will super pump everything. But the other side, if they do win, it doesn't mean game over, is what I'm trying to say. It just means
I think it means game paused.
Game paused for a short period and then game continued. Nothing's going to stop. Nothing's going to. I don't think we can. I think we're going to have a hard time hitting 750,000.
I think we're going to have a hard time hitting 100K.
No, not for this cycle.
Yes,
no,
I do.
Not for this cycle.
Wins, dude, no. I'll put money on it. If that side wins,
I'll put money on it.
I'm packing it in.
Then you're a quitter, and you're not who I thought you were. I'm Dennis. What's his name from the Bears coach? No,
I'm telling you, dude. Operation Choke Point's gonna be back on. Gary Gensler is gonna be Secretary of Treasury. He's gonna pinpoint who he wants as the SEC chairman. It's gonna be devastating.
Do you know why? Do you know why that's? I don't think that's gonna happen to that degree. Is because they saw what can happen in a short period of time when the money starts to flow on the other side. So in terms of a world industry, so let me ask you a question. Do you think crypto dies if that happens? If Kamala wins, do you think crypto dies?
Crypto will never die, but it'll be
exactly.
It'll be paused.
So this is what I'm trying to, but it doesn't matter. Let's say it's paused for a couple months, but all these rich Bitcoiners start to fund all the conservative side for the next 4 years building up to that next election. They're already paying attention to that. The funding right now, it's way lopsided, more towards conservative than it is liberal in terms of the crypto and Bitcoin lobbyists, or if you want to call them that, right? Like the support. So when they see that's why, in my opinion, they started. There's a reason why you said, yeah, it's for votes, but it's also for like they see where the support in terms of money is going.
They don't,
and they want money. Yeah, what do you mean they don't care?
Not for the next 3 years. They could care less. They'll be crypto friendly in 2028. When fucking
but my point is that like they know that like the money funding is going to start as soon as this election's over in terms of trying to build up in that
regulation.
stuff.
We're not going to get any good regulation from that administration. You are going
to
need a VPN. You will need a VPN for every fucking thing if that administration wins. You will not be able to do shit on this side.
No one is saying that, like, you know, they're not going to give like the most friendliest regulation. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all.
We're not going to get any regulation.
What I'm saying is that I think you're overreacting on it. I think you're overreacting on it, and I think that, like, yes, it would be way better for us in the other situation, but I think you're being emotional about it. I think you are. I mean, like, honestly,
I just want proper regulation, and we haven't seen any crypto regulation in 4 years. That's why we're all trading fucking meme coins right now, is because we have no regulation at all, like nothing.
Yeah. And still, Bitcoin pumped to 73,000, and
I'm not worried about Bitcoin.
We were still able to have, and we were still able to have multiple ordinals. We were still able to have multiple ordinal like mini bull runs, and people made millions of dollars in our space. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Just chill out because just chill out because if you honestly think that like Bitcoin and crypto is not going to die if that decision is made. Hold on. Let me finish my statement. Hold on. If it doesn't die, then what will happen is eventually, just like the internet took over like everything, then this will do the same thing, and it's inevitable. No matter how bad that side wants to push back on it, is my point. That's my point, is because the people that are rich in this space, they're only going to get more rich, like the Brian Armstrongs, the twins, the what's their names, the Vander, whatever the hell, I can't remember right now. Anyways. All these big, the Michael Saylors, you don't think they're going to have influence? They're going to have influence. That's all I'm saying.
That's Bitcoin only. Bitcoin only will the only thing that Larry Fink and them are going to own. Bitcoin only will go up. Everything else will be regulated to fucking shit, and we won't even have a chance. And when you trade your ordinals, they're going to be looked at as securities. I'm telling you, the security police are going to come in strong.
I'm telling you right now that like you're just overreacting.
No, I'm not. I'm telling you.
Let's move on.
I'm telling you, if that side wins, we're fucked. We are so fucked. And not in a sense of price. Bitcoin will still go to 100K, 150K, but that's it. Ordinals and stuff, we're going to look at as securities. All this other shit, we looked at as securities. Everything will be good overseas. We'll have to use a VPN for every fucking thing to claim your airdrops. You won't even get your Magic Eden airdrop if that side wins, in my opinion.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So, like, if they could, like, they would have made everything a security the past 4 years. Why didn't they do that?
Because of this election.
What? No, they could have made it earlier in the same way. Then
everything is a security. So then Wells notice at Coinbase, everything is a security right now.
Bro, like right now, like Ethereum's not a security. They came out and said that Ethereum's not a security.
No, they have not. They have not said that. They have not said that. They have not said security.
Hold on,
Gary Gensler won't even say it. Look it up.
But it doesn't matter if Gary Gensler says
he's the head of the SEC. He's the head chairman of the SEC.
He also didn't say it. He also didn't say it was. He also didn't say it was. And they approved an ETF. And they approved an ETF for Ethereum. That's my point. Is that like
matter. I'm
just saying, like, so if your opinion is that they didn't call everything a security because of this election, hold on, then they're not going to do it next 4 years because they want to win the next 4-year election too, and they're going to keep wanting to win.
They'll have 3 years of dude. You seen Operation Choke Point? You see what they did to 2 solvent banks, Silvergate, and
we did see that, but now
that was devastating.
Yeah, and that's why they know that like the crypto community and builders hate them for that.
People are sending money from Coinbase to PNC and getting their fucking bank accounts taken down. That's the society we're going to continue to live in if that administration wins.
Man, you're just too negative about it.
No, I see what other people are fucking. The people are saying, like this guy, he's saying, "Oh yeah, nothing. It doesn't matter. It fucking matters." And I just want to put that out.
So, but that's a degree. That there's a range for that answer, though. Yes, it matters, but there's a range. It's not just black or white. It's not black or white. No, there's a definite. It's a definite gray. Yeah, we will find out. We will find out.
Jason, my feed is here. Benjamin, oh man, here all week. Serial EDU is here. Rick G, Claudia, Bit Dutch Crypto. Shout out to you, my friend. I see you. Crypto OG DGen.
Whoa. He says something here. He says, hey, Shizzy, you think Democrats going to continue to block crypto? Trust me, things will change. I can tell you that from a reliable source. You will see. I don't care who wins. So I'll say this. I think your statement has validity here, but I definitely do care who wins because I know who's going to be way more friendly from the jump. That's what I'll say. But I think I agree with you that it's not going to be the same. They're not going to be as hard on it.
We're like they want to put real crypto people in charge on the one administration. The other administration has no intention. They're going to put guys like Mark Cuban who thinks everything's a fucking rug.
Yeah, so
and that's the big difference.
I do agree that they want more control for sure.
They want 100% control. They're not going to regulate anything.
Matt says, "Let's effing go." What else is there?
Yeah.
L Finkster, the Finkster.
There's a lot. Yeah, the roll call is just too big today. I can't really hit on everybody. But Zishi's here.
Wow, man, that was a great comment. Because that got a good banter going. Yeah. Here's a good one. He says, there's no regulatory clarity. That's why all these amazing projects are innovating outside of the U.S. The U.S. will get left behind if they don't fix this. We need to adopt a pro-crypto candidate. 100%. Like, I agree with this statement, but that doesn't mean that, like, we're going completely dormant. I don't think that happens.
We're pausing. No. I'll put money on. Dude, I'm betting. I'll bet against it. I'm going to go right to fiat if that happens. I'm telling you.
You'll lose. The only positive spin... The only positive spin would be that we'll would have more time to accumulate at lower prices.
We'll have 4 years of accumulation ahead of ourselves.
It's so wild that like people get into their into this debate so intense because like if you remember in 2017 there was all types of threats in 2017's bull run left and right from the government. I mean that was whenever Trump was in office. He obviously had a different perspective, but his SEC chairman went to war with crypto, bro. If you don't remember, he started the XRP lawsuit. He started it.
He did say that ETH was not a security, and that statement was one of the reasons why.
He did it because it was manipulated, bro. It's because they had their hands in Ethereum. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. Is if you don't think that like there's like chess being played between like there's government like people in bureaucracies right now that want Ethereum to win right now. That want Ethereum to win the race more than Bitcoin, but they realize that it can't because Bitcoin's too far ahead in that way. But they want Ethereum to win in terms of against everybody else.
JP Morgan coin, JP Morgan chain to win.
So that's what they want to win. That too, but there's a lot of
we will have that times 5. We'll have JP Morgan coin. We'll have BlackRock coin. We'll have all this other bullshit that's centralized and completely destroying everything.
That's not going to stop, though. That's not going to stop. I mean, I'm saying even if Trump wins, that's going to continue. Hedera Hashgraph. Hold on. Hedera Hashgraph, Quant, Algorand. They all fall into these like government style blockchains. I mean, they even have a ecosystem for them. Was it 2022? Yeah, that's what it's called. 2022 crypto or whatever it's called. 222 ISO 222, and the UE is big part of this, and the IMF is a big part of this. So like no matter who wins, like these are the cryptos in that: XRP, Cardano, Quant, Algorand, Stellar, Hedera Hashgraph, IOTA, and XDC network are all in this ecosystem. Trump wins, that's just going to continue. So
but the advisors are going to be different. So the advisors for Trump are going to be actual crypto people, and that's the difference. You're going to have real decentralization.
It doesn't matter. The rest of the other
because they want real decentralization. They want real decentralization.
I know, but the huge other entities in the world are going to continue this narrative. So,
and that's fine. But if we have real people who actually want decentralization, they're going to push past this other bullshit, decentralized bullshit. And I think that's the difference that you're not understanding is we need people that want decentralization, and the other group wants centralization. So we have to win. We have to have the right people, the right advisors advising these candidates to do the right thing.
Yeah, in the US, yeah, of course. Yes. But my point that I'm making is that like, even if the US runs the way we do for our crypto ecosystem, that the IMF, and they don't like Trump. the IMF, the EU, they actually hate him, and so they're going to still run. Sorry, that's not the opinion of the show. I just want to put that out there for YouTube. But they're still going to run ISO 222 and all this stuff because that is a part of their agenda. Even if the United States, even if the United States don't join it. That's all I'm trying to say.
But it won't be a huge narrative. That's the thing.
I disagree because there's billions of dollars on that side.
It will be. There's $1 million on the decentralized side. There's billions of dollars on the decentralized side.
But I think you're arguing against yourself here. I'm not saying that
because
like
they're all centralized blockchains. HBAR, Quant, they're all centralized.
But that's not my argument. My argument is that this will continue regardless, whoever wins. Like the ISO, and it will be a big
for crypto. But that's my point. They're all paid for crypto.
So is having Red 40 in our drinks and stuff. I'm trying to explain to you that like the evil part of the world will still be the evil part of the world, bro.
But I'm just saying you're not understanding. You're not hearing what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying the advisors for Kamala Harris are going to be Mark Cuban and a bunch of fucking centralized douchebags from JP Morgan and stuff like that. The advisors for Trump are going to be the guys who actually want decentralization, the Vivex, the Elon Musk, Armstrong from Coinbase, actually guys who want real decentralization, who want to take this out of the government's hands. That's the difference that you're not understanding.
But
that's the people who are going to write the regulations.
I do understand that, but it's still not going to.
The people that want decentralization will be writing the laws and stuff, or you're going to have decentralized douchebags writing the crypto laws. Which people do you want regulation from? And that's my ultimate argument. And then you're not understanding that.
Yes, I do understand that. Of course, like,
who do you want to write your regulations? That's my point.
Yeah, who do I want to win the election?
I know who you want to win, but I'm just saying it is a big deal. It's a huge deal.
Yeah, but
who writes the regulations?
I'm not saying that it's not a big deal. What I'm saying is that we will continue. Like Bitcoin will continue forward. Ordinals will continue forward. They can't stop it. They can't stop
securities and stop trading. They can't.
So what? Like then people will move to El Salvador, Dubai. They'll move to like different countries.
I don't want to move.
So don't move. Use your VPN. Use your VPN
until they make that illegal, because the First Amendment doesn't fucking matter anymore.
So that's all I'm trying to tell you is that like I'll bet you
there is no fucking Project 25. Get the fuck out of these comments. I'm kicking this fucking dude.
Bro, you need to calm down. Let's not. Come on. Come on.
All right, guys. That's the show today. We really appreciate you guys watching on this Friday. 830 people. We appreciate every single one of you guys, man.
Yep. And guys, we do want to thank you guys for watching. I mean, if it seems like you want me and Shizzy to have more fights on here because 830 people are watching right now. Yes. All we need is Vince McMahon in here. But anyways, if you do get a moment, please check out our partners, guys. BitPerp is a perpetual leverage DEX that's going to be launching on a Bitcoin layer 2 in Q4. Like we talked about, the paper trading competition is going to be coming up here in about a week and a half. Shizzy and I are going to be going head to head in that. This should be fun. And you guys participate as well, because you're going to be able to win it's going to be kind of like a whitelist opportunity, more of like, they're going to grab your address and put it in their system so you can benefit on their platform. And they'll go into more details about that. And I believe there's going to be some points as well for rewards that you can turn into something maybe more asset related later. Who knows? We'll see. And then Ordinal Hive, guys, we just tested out their latest edition of their platform on Bitcoin Layer 1. It is amazing. You're going to be able to find the cheapest ordinals around because they are an aggregator. They're going to pull from all these marketplaces, right? And they have an activity tab to where you can see which ordinals are selling hot, which ones are being transferred, like what's going on there. A lot of tooling. And this is just the start. We were in their spaces yesterday. So right now you can also go to beta.ordinalhive.io. You can use the Merlin side and you can start earning points by buying and selling. They're going to have a campaign to where you can get multipliers very soon for the Merlin side, and take advantage of that, because eventually once that stops and we're in the bull market, people are going to try to farm points. You're going to have a head start for them or on them. And then Fluid Tokens, we talked about, guys. These guys are innovators. They are at UTXO devs that went through the excruciating pain of building on Cardano and learning through the hard Cardano smart contract language, and then the more simplified version. And so they've been building really, really fast over here on Bitcoin Layer 1 with all that experience. And imagine when OpCat gets added, they're going to be like one of the first to add all these features. And they're already doing it. They have staking on Layer 1. Right now, they're adding TVL to Bitcoin Layer 1, which we've never had before. And so if you are a project founder, an Ordinals project founder, you want your community to be able to stake, reach out to Raul or reach out to us. We'll get you connected. And so check them out. They also have a runes dex that you can swap runes, and they integrated the Magic Eden wallet recently too. So check those guys out. And then Foxy is a tap protocol builder. They're building the Bitverse, the Foxy Bitverse, which is more of like a social-fi. And then also they have the Clan Wars game. It's a first-person shooter game. I played it for a couple hours on Sunday. Very, very fun. You can switch between like 6 different weapons right now. We're working with them to add an exclusive, I'll just say it right now. It's an exclusive sniper rifle that's going to be in their game. It's a BRC 420. We'll announce if you're a paid member of Ordinal Revolution's YouTube channel, you'll be able to get one of these, as well as an Ordinal Revolution pass holder. So there's 2 different editions for those groups of people. And then the one that's going to be on the market as well. We'll give you more information on that. And they're bit miners. Make sure that you go and grab one if you're interested, because you can earn, tap token rewards. If you have the most rarest one, the Cosmic Bit Miner, you're able to actually mine USDT, I believe, is what's in their plans, as well as these other partnership tap tokens as well, including the tap token is what I'm hearing. And then finally, guys, Merlin Chain, it is the #1 scaling solution for Bitcoin native layer 1 synthetic assets and protocols that are on layer 1. An example of that is Ordinal Hive. Guys, Merlin Chain has the bridging set up. There's all types of layer 1 synthetic assets over there right now. Dog Go to the Moon, as well as rune stones and many other. So if you are a builder on Bitcoin layer 1 and you're looking to scale to a sidechain that's going to make things a lot more flexible, check out Merlin Chain. They do have grants for builders as well. And if you're a user, it's really easy to use right now. It's very simple, quick dexes. There's going to be a lot of different types of things. There's leverage trading there. There's a bunch of utility apps over there right now. So we appreciate you guys checking out all of our partners, guys.
Yep. And check out ordinalrevolution.com with some of the best articles dating all the way back to last year. If you know someone just entering the space, send them our website. We really feel like it can really help them move forward very quickly. And if you're interested in Bitcoin Amsterdam, we do have discounted tickets here. If you're interested in Bitcoin Las Vegas, we will both be there in May. So definitely check that out. Bitcoin Las Vegas is going to be an insane time, but every Friday, the price of these tickets go up. So if you're interested in going, get in there quickly. NordVPN, we have a 70% off discount. Eventually, if the one administration wins, you will need this for every single thing in crypto. So you got to get it started now. And then that. Obviously,
snake it in.
Obviously, if you need some merch, we have some of the best merch in the game. Check out our third-party merchandise. We supply the logos. If you guys buy from them, it is strictly between you and them. We do not see any of your personal information. So definitely check out all this stuff, guys. Really appreciate you guys watching. And we're live Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific, and 3 p.m. UTC. We're live all week, guys. And I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. And we'll
I want to. Non-Sensei asked, what happened to Vorothian Mines? Are they no longer a partner of Ordinal Revolution? They are. They're still a partner of ours. We're just working with them in a little different ways, but definitely a partner. They have some updates that are coming, and we'll once that happens, we'll do it more in a pre-recorded video, and we'll talk about them on the lives as well. But right now, they're just kind of getting ready for the bitmap.game side, and then 1 and 2 are guys asking if he missed the CAT20 alpha. You did, sir. Go rewind it. Watch the show again. But Bitcoin must like us getting into the banter too, because it's at 62,200 right now. It's bouncing back. Yeah, I love it. Nice. I love it. But I think that's it, guys. We appreciate all 848 of you guys watching, and I guess that's it, right?
Yep. See you Monday.
Peace.
We OG, or no OG. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Runes is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution. Hey, Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro. Got French right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro. Yo, that shit found fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, lock it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nuki on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me.